are many things that we don't know about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But one thing that we certainly do know is that voice, that's not his real voice. Like, he spoke like a black man. Like, he did not have that high pitch.
No.
He put that on. And
it's just like Prince, because Prince has a very normal voice, but he has an immense singing range.
Yeah, and
what?
Yeah, and it used to be like, this is how he did so well in business deals, Michael Jackson.
What?
Because people would be expecting this, and he would be like, no, I'm doing. That's how if you ever look back and see like how angry Paul McCartney was, and he's like, oh, I just didn't realise that was who Michael Jackson was, because Michael Jackson was really on his ass. You went. I'm going to buy all your songs.
Really?
And that's what he did.
You are kidding me. You're having me on again.
No, he bought most of the Beatles back catalogue.
I know he did that, but I mean about the voice thing.
No.
Because I know they had a massive fallout over that. He owned all the Beatles songs, then did an okay version of Come Together that was quite passable, but I reckon Prince could have been way better. I'm a Prince fan. I prefer Prince to Jackson.
I mean, they're both tremendous artists, and the third one in that trinity was Rick James. Who kind of gets forgotten, but in terms of album sales, was up there with the two of them. But there's a great story of Prince playing, I think it was Carnegie Hall or Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
One of the two. I think it was Madison Square Garden.
What a conversation to have while demons are doing that.
Well, I think with all the accusations about Mike, he may have ended up in a place like this, so maybe it is appropriate.
Oh, damn! Yeah, okay, bringing a tangent back in, see what you did there, you played the long game.
But yeah, Prince is doing, I think, Madison Square Gardens, I think it was, and it's the first time he'd headlined this iconic venue, and Michael Jackson bought the first 3 rows, and of course that's the only 3 rows you can see from the stage, so when Prince did his opening Madison Square Garden concert, all he could see was empty 3 rows and just Michael Jackson sat there staring at it blankly. That's the kind of cold character Jackson was.
I'm gonna have to look this up, like, that is amazing.
Yeah, he was brutal.
Because we had him down as like this, like
No, he was a very, very ruthless businessman. I mean, you don't look at what he achieved, man.
Yeah, but I thought he was like he just got rich on his talent, and his dad was a manager so well that he didn't need to worry about being a ruthless businessman. He would actually hire a ruthless businessman to be a ruthless businessman instead of being a ruthless
man. And he learnt that from his daddy, right? He was a very unpleasant bloke.
Not almost as unpleasant as.
Hey!
That's Doom. That's the Doom we remember.
Cooking with gas now. Particularly love it.
Didn't they bring that back?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The new Hawaii Five-0. It's not that new. It's on season 8, so it's been going nearly a decade.
Wow.
James Caan's son starring.
No way.
Yeah. And he had a hair transplant midway through the last season. So
how old is he?
That was a lot of fun. I guess they must be our age, like early 20s. Anyway, that's a great show because it starts and ends, and there's always a massive gunfight in it. Makes Honolulu look like the most dangerous place on earth.
That's the thing. It's like those kind of regional detective shows is a Alan Partridgeism, but mainly works in England. But you don't see that in America. Like those kind of things, there would always be a shootout. Even actually, to be honest, I'll bring it back to British ones. Midsummer Murders. Yeah. We all say it. We're not gonna try and be original or edgy about it. Everybody should be dead in that town. Yeah. But Hawaii Five-0. How many gunfights happen in Hawaii?
I think in Hawaii Five-0 they probably kill an average of 7 people a show. What I love about it though is
they have to keep ferrying people over to live there.
And it's the abandonment of any realism in that show. Even though it's post CSI, like. They walk into crime scenes, they just pick things up on the floor, they'll shoot a bad guy in the head, then they'll make a quip about it, and then there's just no procedural about it, and that's what I like. I'm not watching the Hawaii cop show for the waiting 3 months for the lab results to come back in.
And then there's a twist about the character you saw in an early thing. That's fair enough.
And they solve the whole crime within 30 seconds, and then just go without a warrant, go to the guy's house, tear off his wig.
Tear off his... What, there's a lot of...
I knew it was you, see?
Tear off his wig. Look, that's the worst Scooby-Doo outfit ever. It's like, do we have an elaborate monster suit? No, he just had different hair.
If I was part of the Scooby-Doo detective agency or whatever they were called, the Mean Machine or whatever
the Mystery Machine, I don't think they actually had an agency. They didn't register themselves as a legitimate business.
But all you need to do is okay, let's find the local latex mask manufacturer. We're going to find out who the villain is really quickly.
I'd love that because that would be playing on the codes, conventions of Scooby-Doo, which is the only time I'll ever say that sentence.
Well, they've ruined all of our other childhood characters. They may as well ruin Scooby-Doo and do the dark, edgy version now. They might as well do it.
Did you ever see La La Land?
Yeah, I loved it. Are you kidding?
Everybody was, some people loved it, some people said that was a bit much. I think mostly love. But I loved Whiplash. I thought Whiplash was a perfect movie.
Yeah.
But it's the same director. But, oh, man, I don't like musicals, and I'm not a big jazz fan.
You don't like musicals?
I don't. Rocky Horror Picture...
I'm just listening for a heartbeat. You don't like musicals?
It will be racing right now. But no, I love Rocky Horror Picture. I think Rocky Horror Picture Show is great. Mm-hmm. But musicals, there's something about it where I'm like...
Singing in the Rain?
Never seen it. Don't want to. Don't want to.
Oh, my mum. Chapel. Why? What's the point? Why bother?
You can't see that. That's it. No. My mum used to sing musicals. She's done like My Fair Lady and things like that. Yeah, she used to sing on stage. She never really progressed with it, and she's still got a great voice. But she loves musicals. She loves sound and music and all that. And I'm there going, not for me.
It's fair enough. You're wrong. Little Shop of Horrors. You got to love Little Shop of Horrors.
I thought Little Shop of Horrors was good. Yeah. Would have loved it more if they sang less and actually advanced the plot.
Advance the plot of the man-eating plant from outer space?
Man, there was a rich plot to be had there without the need for key changes. But yeah, Jack Nicholson, very... I remember watching A Few Good Men for the first time the other week.
You can't handle the truth.
It was all about leading up to that moment, wasn't it? That's the bit you watch it for. The rest of it...
I've never seen it. I just know that.
What? It's very...
I don't watch dramas, as a rule.
I like dramas if the premise it gets me going. And it was good. It was a really good premise, ruined by too much Tom Cruise and too little Jack Nicholson. Every time he was on screen...
Yeah, you're not a Cruise
wonderful.
fan. You're not a Tom Cruise fan.
The
first Jack Reacher movie... I think that needs reassessing because I think it's great.
I only read one Jack Reacher novel and I was like, this is pulp trash. It is trash.
Yeah, that's what you want.
But no, Tom, because Mark Kermode, who I really should, I don't really listen to him anymore. Okay. But I like it. I do like him every time and again as a film reviewer. But I think Stephen Trumbull pointed out the massive flaw with him, and he was absolutely right. And I was like, fair enough.
This is a fellow comedian and good friend of ours,
Stephen Trumbull, who I hope to have on here one day.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was Steve's note?
Shock. Very cliched shock. Basically, that he's non-committal with his points. He's very vague when discussing football. I think that was it. I'm very sorry, Trumbull, if I've got that wrong. But he's right. He's absolutely right. And Mark Kermode doesn't really have a clear system of how he reviews films. He's very faffy about it. But every now and again, I'll agree with him. Apart from when he said that the James Bond film Spectre was great. It's a pile of shit.
Spectre was the one with the Mexico City parade opening.
The only good bit. Yeah,
I remember nothing else from it.
I remember some bits. The fight on the train was great. But I remember Christoph Waltz for the first time being underwhelming, and it was so heartbreaking. I love Christoph.
He was Blofeld, wasn't he?
And it was so underwhelming, so stupid. It was less than the sum of all parts.
Isn't Bond supposed to be stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, after Skyfall, your standards went up. Oh, this is too.
Hey, I think stupid is a great thing to aim for. I think we need more stupid movies. As I've discussed many times, the greatest Batman film since the Tim Burton ones was the Lego Batman movie because it was stupid.
It was purposefully stupid.
It's the best one. It's the best one.
I say it's one of the better Batman films by far.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. It was fun. But yet stupid is fun. It was great. I forgot what else there was. But yeah, Tom Cruise can be a great actor. But there are other times when he's just absolutely dead behind the eyes. In fact, when... what's his face who played Batman? Christian Bale was being interviewed about American Psycho. They said, "Oh, how did you find your influence?" He said he saw Tom Cruise being interviewed on Oprah or something, and he based it on him. He's dead behind the eyes.
Mean.
He's absolutely correct.
That's hilarious.
I know it's mean, but it's just you can see what he's on about. But yeah, Tom Cruise, I don't like him. I do not like his Scientology stuff. I think he's a bad person. I know it's laughable because everybody in Hollywood. It's an obvious thing.
The Scientologists were very nice to me. I went and saw them.
They asked for my secrets and money.
They said they gave me a name tag. It didn't have my name on it, but I'm very comfortable being Mother Shabubu from now on. It's okay.
Mother Shabubu.
All religion's weird. What they believe is all weird. I don't like the money grabbing aspect of Scientology. I think it's no nuttier than anything else. I think
Scientology would be lovely if they went, okay, I hate the taxes exemptness of it.
Who was it who did? I think it was Sarah Silverman did the great thing about Scientology is they worship a man named Ron.
L. Ron. That isn't even his first. L. Ron.
His name is Ron Hubbard. He had to, but because the Writers Guild, the union, already had a Ron Hubbard, and he was a sci-fi writer, so he turned his name to L. Ron Hubbard. But his name is Ron. I'm gonna defend Tom Cruise and say he's a great action actor.
Okay, I have seen all the Mission Impossible films, and I can't fault him. Okay. 1 and 2.
Trust me, watch the first Jack Reacher movie. Just the first one with Werner Herzog as the villain. It's great.
You are fucking kidding me. Werner Herzog.
Yeah, it's the villain in the first Jack Reacher movie.
Does he just pop out and go, I've seen your death, Jack Reacher. It's black as the abyss in which I look into every day.
Better.
Oh no.
He talks about being in a Siberian prison and having to chew off his own frozen fingers.
Why is it? Because he's a director. I've got Berserker, but no one's here. He's a director. Werner Herzog is primarily a director, but he pops up things. Why did they cast him in the lead role in something? I'm going the wrong way.
He's too scary. What's that Tom Cruise movie where he dies and starts at the beginning again every time?
Oh, I heard about this one.
It's a great movie.
That sounds like a very high concept science fiction movie full of plot holes. And I haven't seen it.
No, it's not. It really holds together. It really works, and it's really good fun. And if you don't like Tom Cruise, it's perfect because he gets repeatedly shot in the face. If you're not a Tom Cruise fan, it's the movie for you. It's great.
So, how was Doom?
It's very frenetic and fast and violent, and I liked it a lot. There was no puzzles to solve. There was no sit-down cutaway scenes with 10 minutes of exposition in it. It was pure gut-wrenching violence, and I really appreciate that. So Doom gets a big thumbs up from me. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Tommy. That's been Gaming for Laughs. Tune in next week. Bye.
See ya.